Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is João. So today we are going to create a new project by using Python Flet. Okay, so this is a arithmetic calculator. Okay, so that can do some basic operations. Okay, like division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this calculator is made by using Python and Flet framework. Okay, Flet framework is a framework in Python that can help you to create mobile app, desktop app, even web app by using Python. Okay, so if you want to learn more about Flet, don't forget I'll keep the link in the description of this video, and for those also want to get the full code of this project, okay, and I'll keep a link there where you can go and get the full code of this project. So in order for us to create this project, we are going to do something like this. See, okay, I'm going to put this thing aside, and you need to create a new script in Python. So inside of this script we will start creating the thing. Okay, so the first thing that we need to create is the main, okay, the main extractor of the project. So for that I'm going to do something. Okay, first here in my script I need to import Flet. Okay, I'll do something like this, import Flet. So then I have to create my view. So for that I'm going to create something like this, def main. Okay, I'm going to open and close. So I will go page, okay, dot ft. Okay, so here Flet, okay, since I import Flet like that, okay, I will consider it as ft. Okay, so I'll do something like this, import Flet as ft. Okay, so every time we want to use it, okay, so I'm just going to call ft. So that's why here I'm calling ft. So then it will be ft.page. Okay, ft.page dot, okay, boom, I'm coming inside. So after this I'm going to do something like this. Okay, page dot, oh sorry, page dot title. Okay, and it will be equal, okay, I'm going to do this, and calculator, perfect. So then after this, okay, so this page dot title, okay, I'm going to define the title of my app. Okay, so because if we see this app here, there is a kind of a name here, calculator. Okay, so this is the title of my app. So after this, okay, I'm going to create, okay, so that so after this, okay, I need to run this this function. Okay, so for that, in order to run this function, I just need to do something like this. Okay, ft dot app. Okay, I'm going to open and close. So I'll put something like this, target, okay, will be equal main. Perfect. So this is the one. Okay, this line of code is the one will help us. So this line of the code is the one that is going to help us to call this function. Okay, so that it can run in the show Flet application. So if I save this and if I run, okay, let's see what will be the result. So as you see, okay, it gave us the result, which is this one. Okay, but if we see properly, okay, for example here, okay, there is no this title which I define here. Okay, so in Flet, in order for us to show the title here, we need to first update our main page. Okay, so for that I can do something like this. Okay, page dot update. Okay, page dot update, open and close. I'm going to close this, then let me run it again, and boom, as you can see, now I have this one. Okay, this calculator, there is the name. Okay, calculator, perfect. So now, okay, since we have this thing here, okay, now we are going to start to create our UI, okay, for this calculator. So this is the one that we are creating, this is the main one. So the first thing that we are going to do, first let's define the background color for this app. Okay, because we can see this one as a background color like a full black, okay, dark color, and even the width also we need to define, because this one, if I come here, as you can see, okay, I can change the width. Okay, it's very responsive. Okay, I can do like this, even if I open like full mode, okay, it's still working. So I need to define those things for this same app, and even the padding. Okay, so for that I'm going to do something like this. Let me hide this one and close this guy, then I will come here inside. I'm going to do something like this. Okay, page dot background color, okay, bg color. Okay, page dot bg color will be equal, okay, I'm going to do a string. Okay, so the color that I'm going to use will be this one. Okay, cardinal 2D and 2D, this way. Okay, save. And after that I'm going to define also the width and the height for the page. So for that I'm going to do page dot window. Okay, page dot window dot width, okay, will be equal 350. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to do the same thing for height. Okay, page dot window. Okay, window dot height. Okay, it will be equal, okay, I'm going to define like 470. Perfect. Then I'm going to do something else also, which is very good. Okay, page dot padding. Okay, page dot padding is gonna be equal 10. Perfect. Then I'm going to save, and if I run this, and boom, as you can see, now we have this thing here. Okay, so but it's too large. Okay, so now let me decrease a little bit. So instead of 4, I'm going to give like a 300. Okay, save and run. Okay, it's still big. Maybe 200 will be good. 200, save and run. Okay, I think this is still big because of this padding that I'm giving here. Okay, so but don't worry, once we will start putting things inside of this okay, this width inside of this page, okay, so then it will start changing. So for now, let's just keep like this. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do will be the following. So this one I'm just going to keep it as a 470 again. So if we check here the principal so now the next thing that we need to do is this one. Okay, we need to create this display so that we can show the results. So in order to create this display, we just have to do something like this. Okay, I'm going to come here, okay, give a little space, then I will create something like this. Okay, I'm going to create a variable called display. Okay, this display will be equal ft. Okay, I'm going to put this display inside of a container, so it will be ft.container. ft.container. I'm going to open and close, do like this, then I will do something like this. Okay, content for this container. Okay, content will be equal. Okay, so this content, okay, before I give it something, okay, I'm going to create a test widget. Okay, so this test widget is the one that I'm going to give inside of this content for display. So for that, I'm going to do something like this. See, I'm going to get a variable called result. Okay, result test. So this result test is the variable that will show us the result, okay, in our screen. So for that, I'm going to create it as ft.test. I'm going to open and close, then I will say I'll give it value. Okay, what will be the value? So the value initially I want it to be 0. Okay, I'm going to give 0, comma, then I'm going to define a size for it. Okay, size will be equal 28, comma, and a part of size, okay, I'm going to give also the color of the letter that I want. So the color will be white, so color will be equal, do like this, then just write white, and I'm going to define also the text align. So the text align, okay, text align will be equal, okay, I'm going to align everything in the right side. Okay, right, perfect. So then the next thing that I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to take this result, okay, I'm going to copy it and I will pass it in my display content. Okay, so I'm going to give it boom like this. So after that, I'm going to give it comma. Okay, so now inside of this content, okay, before I do anything, I'm just going to save this, and if I run this thing, let me see, as you can see, nothing is showing. Okay, so in order to show all those things that I just made this change, I have to let me close this, and I will create a column. Okay, a column that I will be adding everything that I just did. So for that, I don't need this thing anymore. Okay, since I'm going to do something like this, see, page, okay, dot add, open and close. Okay, what I'm going to add here, I'm going to add a column. Okay, so I'm going to create ft dot column. So inside of this column is where I will keep inserting everything. Okay, so then I need to give as a list. Okay, because column take the things as a list. Then after here, I'm going to give a comma here. Okay, perfect. So now the first thing that I'm going to give inside of this column, I need to give this display so that it can show inside of our page. So for that, I'm going to give display, okay, comma, save. Then after this, okay, I'm going to run to see what I have. Okay, run this code, boom, as you can see. Okay, now I have my display here. Okay, it's like 0, but in order to organize this properly, okay, so that it can show like this one, okay, so that it can show like this one, so I have to do something like this. See, let's do some definition, okay, some configuration inside of this display container. Okay, so inside of this display container, let's do something like this. Okay, after this comma result, okay, I'm going to define the BJ color. Okay, the background color will be equal, okay, I'm going to this, so the color that I'm going to use will be this one. Okay, cardinal 37, okay, 47 and 4F. This is the color that I'm going to use, then comma. So after that I'm going to define also a padding for it, okay. Padding will be equal 10, and then also I'm going to define something like this, okay. The borders, so I want it to be kind of a circle, so I'm going to do border radius will be equal 10 also, comma, and the height, okay, the height for it will be equal will be equal 70, okay, will be equal 70, comma, and I'm going to define also the alignment, okay, alignment. So alignment will be equal ft dot alignment, okay, dot center underscore right. Perfect, okay, save. Now if I run this guy, let me run to see what we have. Okay, I got some kind of error, okay, as we can see. So I think it's because of this, as it's showing here. So got an unexpected keyword height, so this is wrong, okay, the way that I gave. So just let me check it. Where is height? Okay, so I wrote it wrong. So first is h, then is t, okay, ht, this way. Save, and if I run this again, boom, as you can see, now we have the display, okay. Perfect. So now after this, okay, the next thing that I'm gonna do will be something like this, see. Okay, so now we need to add some buttons, okay, see those buttons here, okay. So for that, let's do something like this, and here below the display, okay, I'm going to do some stuff, okay. So I'm going to create a variable called button grid, okay, button, okay, button underscore grid, okay, button underscore grid, it will be equal a list, okay. So all those buttons I'll put it inside of a list, okay, so that we can okay, organize the things properly. So here inside of this grid list, okay, so I'm going to do something like this, okay. I'm going to open another list, okay, do like this. So now inside of this list, okay, I'm going to give the first row that I have here, okay. See, this first row here will be inside of one list, this also will be inside of one list, this, and all of them will be inside of one list, okay. So for that, I'm going to do something like this, okay. I will open a tuple, then I'm going to give it comma here. So inside of this tuple, the first thing that I'm going to give there will be something like this, okay. It will be C, okay. I'll put C is for clear, okay. Then after C, okay, I'm going to give also another one, which will be, oh sorry, it must be a tuple, okay. It will be the percentage operation, okay. Then after the percentage operation, never forget to put comma, okay. After that, okay, I'm going to give another one, which is division, okay. Let's use comma. After the division, the next one will be, okay, and it's gonna be star, okay, for multiplication, comma, and save, okay. So this list, okay, will be the first row, okay, which will be a list of tuples. So then I'm going to come here, comma. So now see, as you can see, now we have this one, okay. So in order to have this one, okay, we'll be doing the same thing also. Let me do this, and we're just going to copy this thing, okay. I'll copy it, come here, do like this, and paste, okay. I'm going to do again, paste. I'm going to give again and paste. So how many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Let me see how many rows I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5, okay. So I'm going to paste again, last one, and boom, perfect. So now the only thing that I need to do is just to change, okay. So this one will be 7, 8, okay, 7, 8. After 8 it will be 9, then after 9 it will be subtraction, okay. So after that, the next one will be 4, this must be 5, and this will be 6, and this one I'm going to give it as a plus, okay. Boom, perfect. So now the next thing that we need to do is something like this, okay. So here I'm going to give 1, this one I'm going to give 2, and this is 3, So the last one will be equal. Okay, this is the equal, so this is gonna be 0, and this one is gonna be dot. Okay, and the last one will be this one for deleting stuffs. Okay, so for deleting stuff I'm going to give, okay, so I'm going to give something like this. Oh, I just run by mistake with something like this. Okay, and then in the here, if we check in the original one, okay, here we don't have, we have only 3. Okay, so that means I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, bye bye, and select this one. Perfect, save. Okay, so in order to show those buttons, okay, inside of our page, so we need, I'm going to do something like this. See, okay, but even here, this last one I can remove this comma, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going to do something like this. Okay, I'm going to come here down itself. Okay, give a little space, then I'm going to create the buttons itself. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to create a variable called buttons. Okay, create, okay, not create, okay, I'm going to create a variable button. Okay, buttons, so these buttons will be equal a list, empty list. Okay, so then after that I'm going to create a for loop that will go through all of this list here that I have after this button grid. Okay, so let me add one in here. Okay, button grid. So for that I'm going to come here down. Okay, then I'll do something like this. See, and down, then I'll do, okay, for row in button grid. Okay, in button grid. Okay, dot. Perfect. Then I'm going to do something like, okay, row, I'm going to create a variable called like a row control. Okay, so this row controls will be a empty list also. Okay, and because this will be like a 2-dimensional list, something like this. Okay, then I'm going to do something like that again for test. Okay, because I need to get each value from each row. So for test, okay, for test in row, okay, because I need to get those test. Okay, for test in row is gonna do something like this. Okay, let me do, then I'm going to create a btn, a button. Okay, so this button will be equal ft. Okay, so this button will be the button itself. Okay, then I'm going to create an elevated button, okay, which will be equal, okay, which will open. Okay, the first thing that I need to do is the test. Okay, so the test will be equal the test itself, sorry, the test step, which is this test. Okay, which each test that we are having here. Okay, so that's the one that we are giving here, that we are passing comma. Then, okay, after that, okay, I'm going to create a variable called style. Okay, so this style, okay, not a variable, so I'm going to give a style to it. Okay, so this style will be equal and ft, okay, dot buttons, okay, dot button style. Okay, so this is so that I can style my button. Okay, button style, open and close. I'm going to do this something like this. Okay, then I'm going to give a shape for it. Okay, shape will be equal ft dot rounded, okay, rounded rectangle, okay, rounded rectangle borders, okay, open and close. Okay, then here I'm going to give a radius for it. Okay, so radius, okay, will be equal 5. Okay, then just give me comma. Okay, and after this I'm going to give also a padding. Okay, padding will be equal 0. Perfect. Stay like this. So okay, this one, let me push it down. Okay, I think this way is better, is more organized. After I create this button, okay, inside of this row for each value that will be inside of the list. Okay, then I'm going to do something like this. Okay, I'm going to come out. Okay, and I'm going to do something like this. Okay, row, okay, because we need to append this row. Okay, so then it will be rows control dot append. Okay, what I'm going to append, dot append what, btn. Okay, those buttons, save. So after that, okay, I need to do something like this. Okay, go a little back in the same line with this, it's this for row which is inside of the main for row. Okay, for loop, not for row. Okay, then it will be equal buttons. Okay, so because now I need to send this thing inside of dot button list, then it will be buttons. Okay, dot what, append, open and close. Oh, I came to, I'm putting this wrong place. Okay, buttons dot append. okay, dot append. What I'm going to append, I'm going to append ft dot row. Okay, everything will be inside of one row only. Okay, dot row must be capital. Okay, dot row open and close. What I'm going to append, so I'm going to append this row here. Okay, because this one is the one which will be containing the value for one row. Okay, for one row, second row, third row, something like that. So dot row. Okay, I'm going to append that row controls. Okay, comma. So since this is a row, okay, I'm going to give a space because I don't want everything to be like together. So I'm going to give spacing. Okay, spacing, okay, will be equal 5. Okay, I'm going to save. Perfect. So then after this, okay, let me run to see if I have any error. Save and run. Okay, I did well. Okay, I got some kind of error. Okay, which is this one. Okay, button style. Okay, so I wrote it badly. So here is not buttons, so this S, the first S must go. Okay, just like this and save, run. Okay, as we can see, is not showing. Okay, so now in order to show those buttons, okay, I just need to come here. Okay, I need to come here. Okay, I'm going to do something like this inside of my page. Okay, then I'm going to create a column. Okay, ft dot column, okay, will be equal what we call, I'm going to send those buttons. Okay, this one. Okay, buttons, comma, I'm going to give spacing. Okay, for each row. Okay, spacing will be equal 5, not for each row, for button, between spacing between button and display. Okay, save. Okay, now if I run this thing again, boom, as you can see, now I have my buttons here. Okay, so those are my buttons which I have. Okay, so about this, okay, let's do something like this. Okay, so let's give a little space. Okay, let me come here down. Okay, let's use like spacing. Okay, spacing for this column. Okay, this column here, the main column, spacing will be equal 15. Save, and if I run this, okay, now it's good, perfect. So now let's give some style to these buttons. Okay, so in order to give style for these buttons, okay, I'm going to come here in the top of my buttons grids. Okay, so the first style that I'm going to do, okay, first I'm going to give style for the numbers. Okay, so that's why I'm going to this, I'm going to do something. Okay, I'm going to create a variable called number. It's too close, let me give it a space. Okay, number style. Okay, number style will be equal open and close. Okay, it will be a list. I'm going to give it as a list. Open and close. What the first thing that I'm going to give is height. Okay, will be height. So height will be dots. I'm going to give it 60, comma. Okay, then I'm going to give also bg color. Okay, the bg color, background color dot. So for background color, I'm going to give this 4D. Okay, save and comma. So I'm going to give also the color for the letters. Okay, color will be equal dot. So it will be like white. Okay, for the color I want white color. Oh, mistake. White. Okay, comma. Then I'm going to expand it. Okay, like to give a little expand. So expand will be only 1 is enough. Okay, 1 and comma. Perfect. Save. So now in order to give that style, okay, I'm just going to come in number style. Okay, I'll copy this variable, and wherever there is a number, okay, I'm going to pass that one. Okay, here inside, for example, I'm going to come here where is the 7. Okay, I'm going to give a comma, give a number. This also a comma, give number. Here also comma, give it. Where is the number? Another one. There is a number. Okay, comma, comma, another number. Oh shit, I think I run it, no problem. Another number, comma. Here also comma, and 0 is also a number. Okay, comma. So this will be the style for those numbers. Okay, so then after that, okay, now I'm going to do the same thing also for operators. Okay, so I'm just going to copy everything here. Okay, give a little space and paste. So now I'm going to change this. Okay, I'll be right like operator style. So in this operator style, okay, everything will be the way that it is. Okay, I'm just going to make some change. Okay, for example, from here, oh, I think, see, I did a mistake here in this BJ color. I forgot to give cardinal. Okay, I should take something like that, ash. So here also let me give ash. Okay, and perfect. So now let's change this color here. Okay, for the operator style. Okay, so this will be like a go bye. Then let's use FF, capital F. Okay, 95 and 00. Perfect. Then this also will be white and the same thing. Now let's copy this guy, and wherever there is a operator, let's change it. Okay, this is operator. Okay, oh no, this guy is not operated. Operators are those. This is operator, this is operator, this is operator, comma, Control V. And which one more? This guy is operator, comma, Control V. This is also operator, and equal, no, equals won't be an operator. Okay, it is to execute. Perfect. So this guy is also, let's consider it as operator. Okay, save. So now the next thing that we need to do, let's create another one for this one. Okay, style for this C. Okay, so for that C is a clear. Okay, so for that let's just copy this guy. Okay, let's copy this operator style, copy, and come here and paste. Okay, so now for that let's call it as a clear style. Okay, clear style. So for clear style, let's keep this, and here instead of this one, let's delete this. Let's keep FF 3B. Okay, 30. Save, and it will be something like this itself. Let's copy this style and come here in the C, comma, and paste. Okay, so that is for clear. So now let's create also for equal. Also, let me copy this guy, come here, save. Okay, so for equal, let's do something like this. Okay, and let's change the color. Okay, let's change the color. It will be cardinal 34. Okay, C 759. Perfect. So let's keep it white. So let's change the name to equals. Okay, equal style. So for the equal style, let's copy it, go back to the equal. Where is equal? Yeah, it is it, comma, and paste. Perfect. So after this, okay, this guy is missing. Okay, that dot. Okay, so but dot will be number also. Okay, number style for dot. Okay, I'm just going to copy number style, come to dot. Okay, give a comma and paste it. Okay, but if we see here, okay, in this app, for example, this guy, it expand for 2 rows. Okay, sorry, for 2 columns. There's number 0. So for that, let's do something here. Okay, let's come here in the 0 and come here. Okay, after the style. Okay, let's give a comma and let's do something like this. Okay, so but first let's come here behind the style and let's do something like this. Okay, so this will be kind of, let's put it inside like a I forget the dictionary. Okay, so let's come here and give something like this as a dictionary. Okay, boom. Okay, so now let's do something like this. Oh, dictionary, this guy, bye. Yeah, like from here up to here. Okay, so number. Okay, behind the number, in order for us to make some change, okay, put star. Okay, then use comma. Okay, and here let's change the expand. Okay, so let's change expand. So expand now will be dot and 2. Okay, let's give 2 to it, 2. So we wanted to occupy 2 columns. Perfect. So since now everything is on style, okay, now in order to add this, we just need to come here inside of our for loop. So here where we have a test, okay, let's give something like this. Okay, comma, now let's give something like called style. Okay, so here in the style, okay, we need to come here. So we need to come here, okay, after test, okay, let me give some enter, then just put something like this, okay, star, okay, then just write style, okay, comma, something like this, okay. Now save. If we run this thing, boom, as you can see now every style was applied into every bottoms, okay. So now we have the style. Perfect. So very well. Now the next thing that we need to give, okay, to do, since now we have everything working perfectly, okay, we have the UI, okay, is already done. So the next thing that we need to do is to get the values that when we click any button, okay. So for that, let's do something like this, okay. I'm going to come here inside of, okay, above the result test, okay, I'm going to create a variable called all values, okay, all underscore values. R underscore values will be equal a empty string, okay. So this all values, okay, is where when we click any button, okay, everything will be like will be saving here, okay, will be added here. Then in the end we'll send it into the eval function, so that it can eval and do the operation, okay, the required operation. So that's why we create this variable, okay. So after this, okay, let's create a function to which will allow us to enter the number. So for that, let's create a function called def, oh super long, okay, def entering value, entering okay, entering underscore values, okay, open and close. So these enter values will need one event, so that's why let's give e there. And after this, let's do something like this, okay. Let's consider that all values as a non-local, do this all values. Perfect. Then let's do something this, okay, all values, okay, will be plus equal what, equal a string, okay. So we call string of a string of what, a string of e dot control, okay, dot text, okay, control dot text. So inside of the control it will get the text, okay, inside of the button. Perfect. So now let's do something this, okay, result. When we get the value, okay, we need to show it in the screen. So for that, let's get this variable, okay, which has the test value of test, okay, which shows the test. So that is result dot underscore test dot value, okay. We need to change the property of the value, which this one, okay, you need to change this value. So for that will be equal what, l values, because everything whatever we press will be saved here inside of this variable. So that's why we put is equal all values, okay, dot. So when we do any change, we know that in Flet we need to update our page. So for that, let's update the page dot update, okay, so that it can show the result. Update, open and close and save. Perfect. So now we need to connect this function with the buttons, okay. So to do that, okay, we have to come here, okay, we have to come inside of those buttons, okay. Let's give some comma, okay, comma here, even this one comma. So let's give here, okay, entering value, this also comma, entering value, comma, enter value, this also comma, this also and comma. Let's put everything, entering value, enter value, okay, for those ones also. Comma and boom, okay, perfect. So now we have everything here, okay. So in order for that entering value function work, okay, now we need to come here inside of this for loop, okay, where we have test style. Let's add one more thing, okay, let's do comma, okay, give a little space, okay, what we are going to give. So let's call it as handler, okay, handler, okay. So this handler, okay, here inside of our button, let's come here after test, okay, let's give something on click, okay, on underscore click, on click. When we click the button, okay, so it will execute the handler function. Okay, will execute handler, then use it, let's put it comma and save. Okay, then if we run this guy, okay, this is our function. Okay, this is our result. So let's do, if I click on 7, boom, I got some error. Okay, so let's see the error which I got. What he said, name error SRT, sorry, it's supposed to be str. I think it is here. Okay, if I'm not wrong, it's here. Yes, it's here. Okay, str. Okay, it's supposed to be string str. Save. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, perfect, I have here. Okay, so 7. Okay, now as you can see, it's enter the numbers 8 bar, this and this. So now everything is entering. Okay, perfect. Now we want, okay, when we enter something, okay, we want also option to delete the thing. So in order for that, let's create another function which can help us to clear all those stuff. Okay, so for that, let's do something like this. See, I'm going to come here. Okay, below the entering function, I'm going to create another function called def clear what, clear screen. Okay, open and close e. Okay, dot, then let's do something. Okay, let's consider also as a non-local what, the all values. Okay, and let's say now all values, since we want to clear, okay, it's just a matter of us to change the all values into empty string. Okay, empty string. So when we do that, okay, now we need to change also the result test. Okay, we need to change the value also, result test dot value. Okay, will be equal empty not empty string, will be equal 0. Okay, will be equal 0 string. Okay, and then we need to update the page also, page dot update, open and close, save. Now if we run this guy again, okay, we need to connect it with this bottom here. Okay, with this bottom, when we click, you need to clear, not to entering the value. So for that, it's easy, we just need to come here. Okay, let's copy it, clear screen, copy, and let's go for that bottom where it, this is the C. Okay, let's remove entering value here and give it that clear screen. So now if we save this and if we run it again, let's check. Okay, 8 blah 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 blah. Okay, if I click in this, boom, it clear. Okay, whatever I enter, now if I click here and see, it will clear these things. Okay, perfect. So now we want to, when we enter the values, okay, for example 59 plus 6, now I need to click here so that you need to execute. Okay, to show the result, not entering this equal signal. Okay, signal. So for that, we need to come here again. Okay, it can be here after this function. Okay, go back and let's create a function that will execute the things. Okay, so for that, let's do something like, okay, I'm going to create a function. Okay, def, this one I'm going to call it as a calculate. Okay, calculate. Okay, it need also one event. Okay, dot, and it will be something like this. As always, first non-local all values. Okay, enter, then let's use try exception. Okay, try dot, try what, try result test dot value, because this is where we want to show the result. Okay, will be equal str. Okay, open and close, let's use eval. Okay, what we are going to evaluate, we are going to evaluate all the values. Okay, whatever values is will be inside. Okay, whatever character that will be inside of this variable all values, we need to evaluate it. Okay, perfect. So then after that, okay, we need to change again. Okay, the L values will be equal the result. Okay, result test dot value. Perfect. Then in case if this thing fail, let's say except what, except result test dot value. Okay, will be equal, okay, will be equal error in case it fails. Okay, will be equal error. Then we need to empty the all values. Okay, all values will be equal empty string and save. Okay, after that we need to update the page so that it can show the change. Okay, let's say page dot update. Okay, open and close. Perfect, save. Now if I run this, oh, nothing will happen because I forgot to connect it with this equal. So for that, let's copy this calculator. Okay, so now we need to go to the equal, okay, bottom, and connect them. So where is the equal bottom? Equal bottom is here. Okay, instead of entering, let me delete it. Let's just paste the calculator. Okay, save and run this. Perfect. Now this is my calculator. Now let's check. 7 minus 9 equal minus 2 is working. Okay, delete, boom, perfect. 8 divide 9 equal, perfect, clear. Okay, 552 modulo 9 equal 7, perfect. And 7 divided by 1 equal 7.0, perfect, boom. And 9 times 4 equal 36. So now as you can see, now our calculator is working. Okay, so guys, we will stay here. Okay, as you can see, our program is working. Okay, please subscribe to the channel, give a like if you like it, and also please support the channel if you can. Okay, so that this can motivate more to create stuff. So my name is João, see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.